Well, weep grana, weep nitty bong, everybody. I'm Engineer Hoist. It's Wednesday. It's time for our usual stream here where we talk about Transformers, Earth Wars news, and maybe we crack a few crystals. We talk about some updates. Maybe we'll do a little gameplay or various other things. So welcome to everybody who's already been here in the chat. I see Jonathan Carrillo, Monkey Man, G1 Bumblebee, Gen 1 Red Alert. I saw Jer Barbara and a bunch of other people. Big D's there, Fong Vang, Son of a Thingy, Damon Swinky, Brad Denton. Welcome to everybody. Good to see you guys. I hope you had a great event, got a bunch of 5-star shards. If you got a new 5-star bot, congrats to you. Let us know who you got over down in the chat or wherever it is. One side, I know on the it's not mirrored here, so I always get that backwards. On the stream it's over here. I'm not sure where it is on whatever it is that you're looking at. But also on Monday, a few of us Transformers Earth Wars YouTubers put out a 5-star batch prediction who we think is going to be in the next batch of 5 stars. That was Sunstreaker Waz's idea, so I don't know if you managed to check that out, but I got mine posted, and I know Sunstreaker Waz and Alpha Prime got one posted, and Sunstreaker Waz's son Mirage Jake actually just got one up there, and I think Biodroid actually got one up there too. Trios Theory is I think is working on one as well, so definitely go make sure to check all those guys out. And so without further ado, how about we get to some Transformers Earth Wars news. Okay, this weekend's event is going to be called Rotten to the Core. Take part in this weekend event to win up to 4 million Energon and Alloy, up to 30,000 Spark, 2,000 Premium Crystal Shards, 1,000 3-star shards, and 700 4-star shards. Plus, there's also a new Prime Avatar. And if you want to keep going, there's plenty of XP available as you continue to battle to earn some final thrust crystals. It is an individual event, similar to every other event where we've had an avatar as one of the prizes. There is no prestiges. It's just a single tier as you climb the ladder, and triple XP, which has become the new standard. How do you participate? Well, as usual, you have to be headquarters level 4. Tap the yellow event button and then select your battle zone and go win the battle, get points, collect prizes. And the event battle zones are the standard battle zones. The totalizer prizes, now it's a long list. I tried to summarize a little bit instead of having to scroll and everything. So what I've done is I've given you the maximum amount of prizes that you can get. Like, so for example, 4 million Energon. To collect the 4 million Energon, you have to reach the 6,500 points. So that's kind of how I've done this chart. I hope it works a little bit better for us for delivering the news. So you can see that to get your 2,000 premium crystal shards, which is 2 premium crystals, you just got to score 100 points, and boom, you've got 2 premium crystals. Get to 5,000 points, you've got the new Prime Core Avatar. To collect all the Spark, get to 6,000. If you get to 6,500, you'll have all the Energon. Get to 7,000 points, you'll have all 1,000 3-star shards. 7,500, you'll get all 4 million Alloy. 8,500, and then you'll get all of the 4-star shards. From that point on, it's nothing but final thrust crystals, the first one being at 10,000, and then going up a little ways from there. So that's kind of how to do this. If you want the full breakdown, sign up to the Transformers Earth Wars newsletter. You can sign up in the game, or just wait till the event starts, and then you can scroll through it and you can see then. All right. So if you're not familiar with the Final Thrust Crystal, here are the rewards that you can get. You can get any one of these out of a Final Thrust Crystal. You could get 10 Bronze Core Power Chips, which is the poop prize basically out of a Final Thrust Crystal. You can get 10 Silver Power Core Chips, or you can get Spark up to 100,000 Spark, which is the huge prize out of the Final Thrust Crystal. But from what I hear, it's pretty rare to get the 100,000 Spark. And you guys probably saw from the thumbnail, the avatar that you can get is the Alpha Trion avatar. And so you got a nice little picture of that there. And it's nice that we can get the prize at 5,000 instead of having to battle up all the way up to like 10,000, which it's been in the past. So easily obtainable avatar for pretty much anybody at 5,000 points. Okay, so that's enough of that about the event. Pretty standard individual event. But we've got an update about the raid battles, and I think you guys are going to like it. All the issues are fixed, and the raid battles will be back as a midweek event next week. So be looking for that. Following improvements were added. We've talked about this last week, but you can check the number of attempts done for each member and not just how many battle points that you got or the raid points. So they've added that. Plus, you can also attack a raid battle straight from the scouting screen as long as nobody else is attacking it at that time. And if you want to read any more details about the raid, they do have the information up on their wiki. I don't think it's been updated recently. It's very similar to what they had already, but there's the link to it. Or you can just go to wiki.transformersearthwars.com and then search through the menus there, because I'm pretty sure you can't click on the video here. So here's the big surprise, which we found in the newsletter today. More squads are coming. This has been a common request from a lot of people to have more squads, because 10 is not enough if you've got a lot of bots. And I know some of you guys don't quite have 10 yet, but just keep working, keep getting your bots leveled, and you'll get there. But if you've got the squad total combined squad power, they have now added to where you can unlock up to 13 squads, which can be used for either Autobots or Decepticons. Now, I'm pretty happy about this because, 10 is a little tough because when you battle through the full set of 50 fuel cells with the 10 squads, by the time you get through that, you've probably got about another 5 sitting there waiting for you. So an 11th squad would have been real nice for me. So I don't really need the other 2 squad slots, but what some people like to do is to have a squad specifically as a walk team, or I think I just heard some people calling it Sweepy Backdoor, is a war strategy using Starsaber or Deathsaurus, and then the Cup Springer or and Dead End Astro Train. I'm pretty sure Trios Theory has done some videos on that, so definitely go check those out. But some people like to have the squad set up for that instead of having to change them out, plus also having power leveling squads. Have a whole bunch of different ones. So an additional 3 squads is coming to everybody to give you a chance to work on that. Okay, so here's the level that you need to get to unlock the squad slots. Everybody starts off with 3. And then you get to 10,000 combined power, you unlock the 4th one, 20,000 unlocks the 5th, 35 unlocks the 6th, 50,000 unlocks the 7th, 65,000 unlocks the 8th, 80,000, 9, 100,000 is what unlocked the 10th. That's what everybody had up until now. So even if you went well beyond 100,000, you still just had the 10. Well, now they've said if you've got 110,000, you unlock 3 more slots to get you to 13, which honestly is surprising because it's a very small gap between 100 and 110 to unlock 3 additional slots. So I think that's actually quite generous for them, if that is indeed the case. So if you're not familiar what the combined power is, because there was some confusion I saw in the VIP chat thinking like, how am I going to put together a 110,000 power team? Well, it's not your team, it's all of the bots in your inventory. If you go look at your bot select stream, esteemed sinner, welcome to the stream. I mean, thank you for subscribing anyway. But if you go just tap on your Autobot or Decepticon symbol there, that number up there in the top right corner is your combined power. That is if you take every single bot, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 star Autobots and Decepticons, add up their bot power, that is your combined power. So that is what you're looking for, and that power there is what will help you unlock more slots. So if you want to increase your combined power, don't ignore the 2 stars, don't ignore the 1 stars. Get those bots, get them leveled to above 10, get them leveled to 20 to 30. That is how you can increase your combined power a lot and unlock more squad slots there. So that's pretty much it for the squad slots and combined power. So let's talk about some bugs that they know about and are working on. Huffer and Lockdown ability change. I think we may have mentioned this before. They did try to do a rework for Huffer and Lockdown's ability, but unfortunately it caused a problem with headquarters power cores, so they had to kind of roll that back. So they're working on that so they can bring that buff out, that ability update for those guys. So they're working on that one. Meanwhile, bugs that they have fixed. Springer and Astro Train, I had no idea about this, but if you had Springer and Astro Train in an outpost and their ability was used and a combiner was around and the ability hit the combiner, it would stun them. That's not what's supposed to happen. They say here combiners should not be stunned under any circumstances, so they found the issue with that and they said it should be fixed this week. Another bug that they squashed was another one that I didn't know, and I wish I did know because I'd have probably taken advantage of it, but the G1 Prowl and Brawl would affect the other gunners' rockets. So it turns out if a bot triggers rocket barrage around Prowl or Brawl, equipped with their G1 power core, they would also set targets on fire. So that means if you had Prowl and Alpha Bravo, or if Brawl or Long Haul were nearby, apparently their rocket barrage would also set things on fire. And that's not supposed to happen. It's only supposed to happen for the bot that has the G1 power core on. And they found the issue for that, and they fixed it. So that's it. And for the official live stream, they've gone to every other week a while back since they streamed last week. There's no stream this week. So they're going to take a week off, and they'll be back next week. And so that is it for the news. So let's head on back over here and take a look and see what some of the chat here. John Beekman, how am I doing? I'm doing great, my friend. Doing well. Let's see. 55R NTG Earth Wars is in here. 80k behind. Yeah. Yeah, I've upgraded lots of my bots. All of my 4 stars are. I only have one 4-star that's not under. That's still under 40. All my 3 stars are at 40. All my 2 stars are at 30 and above. So let's see. Shark C said it would be helpful if the combiner was stunned. Yeah, but you know the combiner's got a limited amount of time. You can't really be wasting them being stunned. So I think that's the idea behind that one. So Big Bronze Rim saying Alpha Bravo would burn stuff down. Yes. Let's see. Enderman says you just got a pet snake. Okay, I don't know what to say about that. If you like it, then great. I'm happy for you. I wouldn't be too crazy about a pet snake. That's just not my thing. I'm okay with snakes. I'm not afraid of them or anything, but I just don't see needing them as a pet. But if you like it, I'm glad that you're happy. See, Monkey Man says you now have 7 bots per squad. Very cool. Yes. And got Skylinks out of a free crystal. Very cool. Is he a good bot to use on a weak team? Well, yeah, Skylinks is actually an excellent bot. Even if he's 2 stars and you put him on a squad with a bunch of other 2 stars, he's probably going to be the strongest bot on that squad if he's at the same level there. So Enderman's asking, do I have any pets? Yes, I do actually. I have 2 little Boston Terrier dogs, and they are full of energy and a lot of fun. Let's see. Yes, Big Bronze Rim saying you can easily time out with the combiner as it is, and a stun would make it worse. Exactly, and that's why they caught that issue and are making it fixed. Let's see. Trios Theory is saying his prediction vid will be up soon. Okay, I hope you didn't cheat and watch the rest of our videos. So, but yeah, he's saying it's going to be up after this stream. So yeah, definitely go over there. I will be going over there to see who Trios Theory has picked for who he thinks is going to be in the next batch of 5 stars. Now, I mean, that could still be a few months away, but we figured we'd go ahead and take a look at that. I would tell you what I have, but I don't want to spoil it for you. Go watch my video. It's posted up there on my channel. It's the most recent video prior to this stream. So let's see. Denny's Creek says he got a 5-star Prowl as his first 5-star bot. Well, that's a good one to get, because if you've been watching this channel for a while, you saw that I did indeed get a 5-star Prowl myself, and he's pretty good. If you have a G1 core for Prowl, put that on him, because that'll be a big help. I just have a silver Prowl core, but I put that on my 5-star. I mean, you might think, hey, put a gold core on the 5-star, but you know what? No, I'm putting the silver G1 Prowl, and he is working out good. And no, I don't have any gold volatile mixtures either. I just have all silver. So the silver G1 Prowl is definitely the best core that I have that should go on Prowl in that case there. So Grand Galvatron got his first 5-star as a free-to-play player, and it's Astro Train. Very cool. A lot of people seem to really like Astro Train in Springer at the 5-star level there. So Gen 1 Red Alerts asked, he asked about this jacket a little bit earlier, and he's asking if you talked me into wearing it for the show tonight. Actually, no. It's a little chilly. I mean, you're in the same area as I am, so when it's a little chilly, I like to wear a sweatshirt, and this is really the only Transformers sweatshirt that I have. All my others are t-shirts, so I kind of did that. But yeah, it was kind of funny that you asked that about this sweatshirt here as I was getting ready to wear it here. So yeah, Big Bronze Room saying gold ray boosters still elude me. Yeah, those are hard to get. I've only got one myself, and I think I saw something where they might be looking at adjusting the rates that certain power cores are dropping. So that would be really good, because like for example, I've probably got 10 of the flak jacket power cores, but like no gold flak jacket power cores, but 0 volatile mixtures, which I think is absolutely crazy. So you know what? I think somebody was asking about crystals. So how about we get over and do some crystal cracking? Not going to be anything fancy. It's just the crystals from this past weekend, so we're going to be looking through these. What are they? These are the Guardian crystals? Yes, so we're going to be looking for shards. 3, 4, 5-star shards. But it's still fun to see. And these shards may actually produce a 3 or a 4-star crystal for us. 54-star shards, that's pretty nice. Still a long way from a 5-star crystal, so we won't be seeing any 5 stars tonight, but we might see a 3 or a 4. There's some 3-star shards. Look at that. 55R says he has 4 gold ray boosters. It is amazing how some people it's just get everything and then other people get nothing, so that's crazy. Enderman saying these are lame crystals. Dude, how can you be complaining about shards, man? Shards give you crystals, crystals give you bots, and duplicate bots give you power cores. They give you spark, combiner spark. This is how you get the stuff in the game. Look at that, 25 5-star shards. I would not say that was a lame crystal. 10 4-star shards, not too bad, not great. 25 3-star shards, okay, that was a lame one. I'll give you that one. All right. G1 Galvatron's asking, who do I think will be the next character? That's a good question. I didn't really get any clues in any of the story last week, or at least I didn't pick up on any. So, what was it? Coronation Day. And then this one is called Rotten to the Core. I wonder if there's any hints in those names there. I did notice Optimus Primal was featured a little bit in the Autobot story. Go. Let's see. Optimus Prime. Can someone give me a laser prime? Nah, man. Nobody can give you bots. You gotta go and you gotta crack crystals. Yeah, when you if you get some premium crystals, cross your fingers and hope for a laser Optimus. Another 25 5-star shards. That's good to see. Demise breaks in. The next bot has to be related to after this next event. Yeah, I have a feeling we'll find out who it's going to be next week. Maybe we might see a better hint in the story this week. 25 4-star shards there. It's Coronation Day like the Transformers movie where Starscream got his crown. Yeah, I think that's what they were alluding to. He kind of already had his crown, and was being in charge of Cybertron, including some Autobots, but I think they definitely were referring to that. Enderman, I'm a lot older than you, let's just put it that way. 75 more 3-star shards, and does not look like it completed any crystals for us. Oh no, we were much farther away from a 3-star crystal than I thought, and a little far away from a 4-star crystal there, and yeah, still a long way from a 5-star crystal. But you know what? This weekend we're going to be getting 2 premium crystals, and what do we say? 1,000 3-star shards. Still be short of that, and 700 4-star shards. That's going to be putting me at a 4-star crystal, so that will be excellent. Getting a 4-star crystal out of this event there. So yeah, there we go. Big Bondsman says he ended up with 825 shards. That includes the 600, I'm sure, from completing all of the prestiges, and then an additional, what would that be, 225 from the crystals. I didn't keep count. We didn't complete all the prestiges. You saw we had 35 crystals right there, so that was 35 prestiges that we got done, and however many shards we happened to open up there during that crystal cracking. What was that? Maybe 50, 75, something like that. So that's okay. It's all good. We'll get there eventually. So. Is the alliance full, or can we send a request? Let's see. Looks like we got a few spots, but you got to be headquarters 11 and 2,800 medals. That's what we're looking for. And you got to be active. We just went through a little bit of a purge because we had some people who were not participating in the events. We gave a couple weeks off during the holidays, but you know the holidays are over. But then people, I guess, just never came back, and you know, hey, that happens. So we did open up a little bit, but we do have those minimums there. And Hayato, good to see you, my friend. Welcome back. Let's see. Abominus is close to complete. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Monkey Man saying, what if Barricade was in the Combiner Wars toy line? He would probably be a rekiller Streetwise. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. 55R saying, I think Sinner Twin just may be rotten to the core. Possibly. You know who else might be rotten to the core? Blot. Because isn't he supposed to be like the stinky one? Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's Blot, because we do seem to be working towards Abominus, although, you know, does not look like we're working towards Defensor, though. So the people who've been thinking that Skyrain might be showing up as the next combiner for the Autobots, it's looking more and more likely that they would be that may be the case, because we have not seen any more Protectobots. Of course, that may change. We might see Streetwise or Blades or Groove or Rook come sometime soon, and if we do see one of those guys, then I might be even more inclined to say Defensor is going to be next. But right now, it sure doesn't look like they're working towards Defensor. Let's see. Demise Breaks asking, wasn't Liege Maximo Starsaber's sidekick? Oh no, Liege Maximo was one of the 13 primes. He was like the trickster. He would control people, and I believe the story goes he was one of the people who kind of tricked Megatronus into thinking there was a problem, which drove him to kill Solus Prime, which caused a huge problem with the 13 primes and ended up leading to Megatronus becoming known as the Fallen. Liege Maximo is not a good guy. In fact, that's why his Prime Corps hacks bots, the defensive bots. So that's where that comes from. Liege Maximo, who had definitely was not Starsaber's sidekick there. Let's see. G1 Bumblebee is saying, Optimus is part of a combiner, why not Megatron? Well, you know, the interesting thing about Megatron, he actually was briefly part of Devastator in the IDW comics. Only for like 1 or 2 issues. They only combined once. That was like right around the same time as when Prowl was part of Devastator. If you've read the Prowlistator, which I think was actually a great story there. Yeah, I agree. Big runs for him. I think Skyrain is lame. I think it's a cop out. We already had the cop out with Optimus Maximus, and there's so many other legacy G1 combiners from the Autobots that we could bring out, and I would really not like to see the Skyrain before Defensor. Obviously, there's also Computron, but we don't have any of the bots in here for Computron, and of course, he would make the most sense to go against Abominus because they both showed up at the same time in Season 3 of the original cartoon, but I don't see Computron showing up in time for Abominus. Let's see. Yeah, Sharksy says, pretty sure Liege Maxwell. Yep. UltraTube, greetings from Greece. Oh, great. Thank you, man. Yeah, that's, I think that's the first time we've had anybody check in from Greece. I know we've had somebody from Italy before, and I believe somebody from New Zealand even. So, yeah, we get worldwide audience. That I love the fact that we can reach all around the world and talk about Transformers with all of you guys. This is real cool. To be honest with you, I really didn't have a whole lot of other stuff to talk to you guys about, but I don't know if you noticed, but I have been working a little bit kind of behind the scenes. You've not really been putting in a lot of time in the videos because I have been working on trying to upgrade all of this, trying to get a little bit of a better overlay. We've been doing this for a little while, and it's kind of just something that I slapped together. First thing I managed to do, I don't know, you've probably seen it a few times. I put together some of these lower thirds here, so I can put my little name in there, and also for the news and a few other things like there. So that's kind of like the first hint at what's to come with the new overlay. I'm still working on it. It's taken a while because it involves a little bit of advanced Photoshop skills, which I've been kind of learning as we go, but I've been pretty successful with that. Honestly, I'm pretty proud with that, and still looking forward to that. And I'll throw that up there again. And if you're watching this back, I've got some Cybertronian writing on here, and it's not just gibberish. If you pause it during the playback, you should be able to decode this. So there's a little bit on the side and a little bit at the end there. So kind of a little bit of Easter eggs there for you. What siege do I have? Rodimus Unicronus is saying, oh yes. Red Alert say, I'll bring my 14-year-old over to show you how to do Photoshop. I know, man. It's funny how kids these days are learning these new skills a lot earlier. I'm getting there. I do all of the thumbnails in Photoshop, and I'm getting a little bit better with that. I'm thinking about changing up the style of that a little bit too, but the biggest thing now is trying to decide how do I lay things out, because we have this big window here, which I've got that, and I like that because when we go to over here, we can see the entire game. And so I'm trying to find out the best way to do that, where we can get the game a little bit bigger, but obviously I want to have the face cam up there a little bit. I want to have it over on the other side, so like when I have to turn this way, it looks more like I'm looking into the stream as opposed to out of it like I am now. I want to be able to kind of do that, but now I'm looking away from everything. I don't see anything. In fact, the volume probably went down because I was walking away from it. I also want to keep the chat a little bit, so so the hardest part is actually trying to figure out how I can fit all of that together. Once I can actually get that, I might hide a little bit of the game, but I don't want to hide any important stuff. So that's kind of what I'm working on, what I'm thinking of, trying to figure out, so I can try to get that. Grand Galvatron's asking who's in the cooker. Oh, it's just one of my Decepticons. I think it's one of the 2-star Decepticons I've been trying to level up. Who is it? Mind Wipe, 2-star Mind Wipe. Nobody fancy. I did just get 4-star Ratchet out though. So let's see. Rodimus Unicronus is asking, which siege figures do you have? What did you miss? Well, you missed everything, dude. We talked about all of the we talked about the news. It's an individual event for a you get a Prime Core avatar and some Shard Spark Energon alloy. The event's not super fancy, but as far as siege figures, I don't know if you see them up here. I managed to find the rest of Wave 1. I already had gotten the Deluxe, Hound, Sideswipe, Cog, and Skytread, as well as the Micromasters and Battle Masters. Let me just tell you the story about these guys here. So I just went over to my local Target and for something else. Wasn't even going there for Transformers, but every time I'm there, I go by the Transformer aisle because you never know, and well, it paid off. I was like, okay, let's go see what kind of siege figures they have. So I'm looking up high to see, okay, yeah, it's got the same Micromasters, the Battle Masters, nothing on this pegs for the Deluxe. And I just kind of, I guess my head kind of looked down and was like, it's Ultra Magnus! Oh! I was like, is there a Shockwave behind him? I go look at this, yes, Shockwave! I quickly grabbed them, and I was like, so now I'm frantically scanning on the shelf above there. It's like, oh my god, there's Optimus and Megatron! I couldn't believe it. I found all 4 of those guys. And I probably went way too loud for you on the thing there, but that was about as excited as I was. I could not believe that I found all of those guys, and I was so excited finding Optimus and Megatron that I completely forgot that I already had them on order from online, on order and paid for. Just hadn't shipped them, so I've got an extra Optimus and Megatron coming at me. I totally forgot that I had done that. I was just so excited to have them, to find them there. So I'll have to think about what to do with that extra Optimus and Megatron. And no, I'm not taking them back. I'll find something to do with them. But yeah, it's always great when you manage to go to a store and you find those figures in the wild. You know, it's ordering them online. It's cool because you know you can get it. You know, go ahead and pre-order it months in advance. I don't have to worry about it. It's going to show up when it shows up, and it's going to come to me. I guarantee it. But you know, you do kind of lose that thrill of the hunt, and I know a lot of people like doing that. That's why I still go to the store. I don't go. I used to go to multiple stores on the weekends trying to find what I could when things were out. But you know, most of the times I would find nothing but disappointment at those stores, and it really just kind of wears on you. Plus also that's a lot of gas money that you're spending trying to go and get really nothing and just come back disappointed. So really I just kind of limit it to my local Walmart or Target. Occasionally I will go there specifically to look for Transformers. Most of the time I just swing by there and look when I'm there for other things. So yeah, Texatron saying I'll buy them from you. Okay, we'll think about that. Let's see. Monkey Man saying, Hoist, I have an idea for Ironhide Headmaster. No, we're not doing any more Headmasters. We did the Headmaster thing with Titan's Return, and we did too many of them, to be honest with you. Let's see. A Treehouse Series saying, if my predictions are right, send me Megs. If he's still around, maybe, but I think Megs might he'll be used or sent somewhere else, I'm sure, by the time we get those 5 stars. Let's see. Big Bron's been saying, I like the idea of Nexus, but you end up compromising a Warbot from using a better core. You know, I saw somebody, I think it was in the VIP, had a pretty interesting idea for using the Nexus Prime core. He was saying, I don't even, and I'm sorry if you're out there, I forgot who you were, but the idea was to put Nexus Prime core on a low level 2-star bot that you never intend to level. I'm talking like level 10. Just a bot to go into battle that has the core on him, because there's no cooldown. So if you want to use the combiner a bunch of times, you don't have to spend so many coins to skip the cooldown on that bot. If you can manage to win a battle with one less bot on the field because you're bringing in the combiner. So that was his idea, is to put Nexus on a very low level bot that has almost no cooldown, so you can just have him on all your squads and then have that Nexus core every single time that you're bringing in a combiner multiple times within a 15-minute span. So that's an interesting idea. Not sure if I would do that. Yeah, and Big Bronze Rim saying fine for leveling, not so good for war, because yeah, I don't think you could manage to deal with being one bot short. So yeah, I agree with that. Any waste your XP. That's very true. So yeah, so it's an interesting thought. Well, it's kind of like when I was trying out a tactician core on Tigerhawk, which it seemed to work okay, but I honestly I don't have a tactician core on Tigerhawk, because I mean it does indeed target just the defenses, but it's it just there's better cores for Tigerhawk than tactician. So yeah, I didn't get Nexus either, so I can't really say whether that's a good idea or not. I think Alpha Prime did a video on Nexus, on the Nexus Prime core, so go check that out. Monkey Man saying, "The Power of the Primes, Grimlock, and Skullgrin are still on the shelf. You're gonna buy them?" Okay, yeah. The Power of the Prime stuff is disappearing. I think in some places they're even putting them on clearance. So I had to think about that Skullgrin one, but you're talking about like the little Prime Master. So yeah, dude, I'm not going back through the comments, so sorry. Yeah, Big Bronzer is saying Tactician doesn't belong on Super Tigerhawk. Hey, like I said, I tried it out and I didn't like it, so yeah, I agree. Tactician doesn't belong on them. It does indeed when if you use their ability early on within that 20-30 seconds or whatever that it's in effect, it does target only the defenses and not the resources with all of their different strikes. But like I said, there's better cores for those guys. So yeah, he says we all tried it, right? Let's see. Yeah, I'll look at your request there, John. There later. Enhanced Ordnance works on Swoop and Tigerhawk. Yes, they do. And you know, I'm not entirely sure if I have. I think I may have put that on. Yes, I put the Enhanced Ordnance on Swoop, because I do have that 1 gold Enhanced Ordnance there. So let's see. Trias is saying the officers will do that. Yeah, the officers do handle some of that, and you know, I do that too. You know, I will accept or decline people requesting to join the alliance, but I'm streaming right now, man. So we'll look at it. If they haven't got to you before the stream's over, I'll get to you. Let's see. Red Alert saying the seller bought the KO Megatron from said you're getting a replacement because yours was broken in the box. Cool. It's good to see good customer service there. Because yeah, when you get a new figure in and it's broken right out of the box, clearly that's not your fault. So it would be helpful to that they actually do get that for you. So good to hear. It's on a sugar rush, John Beekman. I understand being on a sugar rush, dude. Let's see. Monkey Man, yes, I agree with you. It's hard going to Target or Walmart because they disappear. They don't keep them in stock as much. I can't tell you the last time there was really any decent stock at my Walmart. Probably Dark of the Moon. It was when it was so crazy too. The Dark of the Moon was like the end of the golden age of Transformers at retail. Because at Dark of the Moon, like I swear, like an entire aisle was nothing but Dark of the Moon figures. I mean, there were tons of them. But the problem with that is there were tons of them for a very long time. And I think they said, okay, well, we're clearly ordering way too many, and then they cut back to not enough. So, and then at the same time, they bring out some Power of the Prime stuff. They bring out Wave 1, and then it just sits there. And probably because they're not getting them out fast enough, people are buying them online. And there's been times where I've wanted to go and buy like the last 2 or 3 things on the peg, even though I had them, just so it would be empty and they'd get more stock in. Then I was like, but then I'm stuck with them, you know? And I'm not really in the, I mean, I'm fairly comfortable financially, but I can't just keep piling up all these things, and I'm really not in the place where I'm going around, turning around and selling stuff on eBay or anything, though. So let's see. Rodimus Unicronus, I'm not going back up looking at your comments. If you want me to see something, just write it again, dude. Your prime cores don't scare me, Rodimus Unicronus. Yeah, Big Bronze Brim said, no one needs 3 Titans Return blurs. You know what's funny is I actually have 2 Titans Return blurs. One is the actual Titans Return blur, and Red Alert can actually tell you this because I got it from his comic shop. They had one in there with no head, and I was just like, you know, I'll take that because you've got all these other little Titan Masters that were the heads with no body. So I went ahead and grabbed that extra blur body just to be a vessel for all of these other heads. So I do have an extra Titans Return blur, just with no blur head. Just I think right now I think I actually have the Solus Prime Master in the head slot, so he's kind of like he's got like just the mono eye there. So yeah. So I do some crazy stuff. I mean, it was like $5. What are you gonna do? And I always have these dreams, these plans that, oh yes, one of these days I'm gonna go customize one of these figures. I'm gonna go slap some paint on one of these robots, and I do actually have some set aside that I got just to do that. 5 years later, they're still sitting there in the box. We're going back to Transformers Prime Beast Wars here, guys. They did actually, way back when, around Christmas time, they had like a 2-pack of the Transformers Prime Beast Wars for like $5. You can get 2 deluxe figures for like $5. I bought a bunch of those. Like, you know, I can customize the scrap out of these. And yeah, they're still in the box. Although one of those was the only way you could get that Beast Hunter's Prowl. So I did actually open up that one for Prowl. So, Grand Galvatron saying one of these days we'll finally get to sell on the plushes. Yes, dude. I hope to. I hope you, when you get those done, I would love for you to share some pictures of that off in the Discord, because I know you're in there. When you do that, we will definitely be taking a look at them here on the stream, as long as you're okay with that, because it does sound like that. So. Luke Bartel can join on the Headquarters 11 account if you got 2,800 medals and you're active. Come on over, non-toxic gamers. See, oh, we just got notification on Trios Theory's video. Okay, cool. Well, if you guys want to go over there and take a look at that, then that's fine, because we're just kind of talking here. I don't know if anybody saw like the video that I did with the bots. No, excuse me with that. I did a little unboxing video with the little Transformers bots. Like these little guys. You know, so that's Burgertron, which I said is kind of like a hamburger sound wave. It's really cool because they go turn into like a hamburger or whatever. I don't know if you've noticed, but Star Saber's holding a lollipop. I'm giving away all my Easter eggs. That Star Saber's holding a lollipop over there. And let's talk about Shockwave here for a minute. And I know he's getting a lot of flack, rightfully so, for basically being a Voyager-sized figure with a bunch of accessories at a leader-class price point. And I think that's the biggest complaint. Not that he's a bad figure. He is a fantastic figure. But he is basically a Voyager-sized figure with accessories. And yeah, so I get that. But I do like how you can actually make this little sled. I don't know if this is an official thing or if I saw this in somebody's video. But I was thinking it reminds me, if you're familiar with like the Spider-Man, you had the Green Goblin, then you had the Hobgoblin. Well, now we've got the Wave Goblin. Okay, we've got the Wave Goblin here on the Shockwave sled. So, but overall, yes. And everything you hear about the light piping is 100% true. It is amazing how bright this thing is. I'm not sure if you can really see because the light is coming from the front as opposed to the back. But it is super bright when you're looking at it, and I think it has to do, to be honest with you, it's because it's just a tiny little bit of clear up there going in through there, whereas the ones that have the light piping is usually the entire back of the head. You'd think that would collect more light and focus it to the eyes to make it bright, but I think that's actually working against it. I think it just makes that transparent part that's supposed to be the light piping a little bit too big, so all of the light kind of gets dispersed within that whole mess, and not enough's actually getting through to the eyes. But by having it be such a tiny little piece is probably why this guy's eye is actually so much stronger than so many other bots that do the light piping. But yeah, definitely, it's a hard pill to swallow. $50 for this guy for basically a Voyager class figure with some accessories that you may or may not think are cool. Honestly, I think they're cool, but yeah, I totally could have done without him. I think I'd have rather paid Voyager price for this guy and left his sled and other accessories behind. But I'm happy with my purchase, and I'm happy to have this guy because on his own, he's probably one of the best Shockwaves we've ever gotten. So. And sort of the whole extra arms and stuff like that does kind of look ridiculous, so I will probably be having him displayed like this, or basically having him be Wave Goblin on the little sled thing here. So. Look at me and saying the least favorite figures are ones that don't have ball joints, and that's how it broke the Power of the Primes Deluxe Jazz arm. Yeah, Power of the Primes Jazz is kind of pretty poor. One of the worst figures that out of the Power of the Primes line, or whatever. Yeah. Ultra Magnus too. Want to get a closer look. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the weathering, the battle damager stuff. I think it looks sharp, and you know, that's a common thing that people accessorize and you know, to customize or whatever. And I never seem to get around to it. So having these come that way, I think is really nice. But yeah, here he is, and what's cool about him is he does actually. This is all armor that can come off, and basically you have the inner white Optimus Prime inside, and these are his actual legs, because they do just kind of, if I can do this, I'm sure you guys have seen reviews on this already, but yeah, so that's basically his leg already. That's a little white Optimus Prime leg. You just kind of slap on a piece of armor, and it works really good. And the vehicle modes actually looks really good too. I will tell you that while the white Optimus, the white Ultra Magnus, the inner robot looks really good by itself in robot mode, totally does not work by itself in vehicle mode, because his arms just kind of stick out. The vehicle mode for the inner robot is totally meant to be used with the trailer and not off by himself there, though. So now I'm pretty sure that these shoulder cannons are supposed to be up per the instructions, because they do kind of get in the way a little bit of his arm articulation. But you can see here, you can still get some pretty good articulation. I think they're just too high, so I actually have them more down, and I think that looks a little bit better than the official way of where they, because they say you're supposed to have them kind of up like this, and that's too high, so I kind of turned them around this way. I should probably do a review of these guys, but I still need to get the review of this Menios, that Deathsaurus figure there. And I've got another review I want to do. I just haven't seemed to get to, because I've been working on the other stuff. But I am going to do it. Oh, and one last thing, I think we're going to get out of here. I do have something else coming, supposed to be delivered tomorrow, that I think you guys are going to enjoy, because we've talked about it before, and other people have been mentioning it, and I think you guys are all going to like it. But should I tell you? Or should it be a surprise for next week? Monkey Man saying it's ratcheted toys. Got some ratchets here, buddy. Yeah, so definitely some good ratchets in some of these things here. So some of you guys are saying tell. Inventa, no, Inventa is not coming yet. I wish we were getting Inventa. Paddles is coming. The Planet X Triton. He finally showed up as what everything that I had ordered as part of them has finally showed up. I shipped it a little while ago, and it's scheduled to be delivered tomorrow. And it is paddles. We are going to be seeing paddles. Don't count on it for being in the game, because they've said flat out no way ever is there going to be paddles in the game. But we are going to see paddles in the stream here, or at least in a review one way. No, it'll be in the stream definitely. So yes, we will be seeing the Planet X Triton. I managed to grab him on Black Friday. That's how long ago I ordered it, and it was kind of a pre-order. But he was on sale. He was normally like a $90 or $100 figure. I got him for $30. So it was. I was like, I wasn't going to spend the normal price for him, because it's just a retool of their Sludge, which I believe is Neptune. And don't get me wrong, I love that figure, but I wasn't going to spend it again for paddles. $30? Yeah, I can handle $30 for paddles. So yeah, so there we go. So that's what we're going to be looking at that next week, if not before. But yeah, so I think that's going to be it for the stream for tonight. I do appreciate everybody coming, and yeah. Well, I guess we'll. Who did I order from? Red Alert. Ordered it from Big Bad Toy Store. You might want to swing over there. You might still be able to find them over there. I also got the Planet X Perceptor Asclepius. I think he was also on a high discount as well. So yeah, definitely swing by Big Bad Toy Store for those guys, because you might find a good deal on them. So. But yeah, so that's going to do it. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends. We'll see you next time.